Today we'll be installing your side control roller shades inside mount with the side control lift system. When we have the shade, you'll have your brackets provided and the fasteners provided. Today we'll be using a power drill for the installation. Set these here on the windowsill. You'll take your bracket and have it mounted up towards the top with your drill in place. Once there, we'll go ahead and get the other bracket put in place, taking the bracket in the same position. Straighten out the bracket. Go ahead and install our second fastener for the bracket. That's all that's necessary for the bracket with the cassette shade. We'll go ahead and grab the shade now and put it in place. With your shade in hand, what you're going to position the product on the inside, you'll end up taking the top of the product first with a slight angle to the headrail. Put the top in, you'll hear a little clip for the shade, just letting you know that it's clipped in place. It is important to make sure that the bracket is clipped on the very back as well as the top. There may be a point if you put the shade in at an improper angle, one end of the bracket will catch without the other. So you want to make sure that from the upper portion that you can see and the bracket beneath that they're clipped onto the cassette. With that done and your cord unraveled, at that point you'll be able to lower the shade to see the balance of the product. But we do want to install the hold down device, which is necessary for child and pet safety. This particular inside mount has enough surface for us just to take the hold down device and with the fastener provided, simply position that right at the bottom with the Phillips head screw that is. With the hold down device, it will be important to know that you have to have the product tensioned. There is an internal spring that will hold the product from operating. So if you don't pull the tensioner down before you install the product, it will not operate properly. So with the product mounted and the system in place, you'll add a little tension to it and go ahead and fasten the product in place. With your shade properly installed on the inside mount of your window and your hold down device installed, we'll now go ahead and set the length of your roller shade. By pulling the cord closest to the window, we'll lower the shade. Continue to do that until the shade reaches the bottom point that is desired for your window. At this point, you'll take the cord closer to you and taking your finger to the nearest bead to the clutch mechanic inside the shade, you'll simply install the provided stopper bead, which will set the length of your shade on the inside mount. If the shade is a little too long, as in this case, go ahead and pop the bead off and you'll just move it up a couple beads or down a couple beads if you happen to grab the wrong one until the shade appropriately stops at the bottom of the window.